Hello everyone. In this video we will see analysis of propped cantilever. This is Firoz Nadaf. If you want to connect to me, you can connect to me through my social account. This is my Twitter handle, my Facebook handle. I also have a Telegram channel. In the Telegram channel I will share the notes of this video material. If you want to avail the PDF of this video, you are requested to subscribe to my Telegram channel. The link of this Telegram channel I will share in the description box. Here we have a propped cantilever which is subjected to two loads. One is UDL which is acting over the entire span of intensity 20 kN per meter. Other is point load 40 kN. We are required to analyze this propped cantilever by a flexibility method, which is also known as force method. So the very first step in such kind of problem is we need to find degree of statical indeterminacy. So we have two formula of degree of statical indeterminacy. One is ds equal to r minus 3, other is ds equal to r minus 2. So ds equal to r minus 3 is used when we consider axial deformation or axial force. And this formula is used ds equal to r minus 2 when we neglect axial deformation. Axial deformation or force. So in all beam we neglect axial deformation, so you can use this formula where r is number of reactions. Even if you use this formula you will get the same answer. Okay, so when we consider axial deformation, so we have to we also have to consider axial force here. So r indicates number of reaction. So here we have 3 reaction and here 1 reaction. So number of reaction is 4 minus 3, it comes to 1. When we are using this formula we don't have to consider the axial force, the axial reactions. So here you will get only 2 reaction and here you will get 1 vertical reaction. Total reaction comes to 3 minus 2 equal to 1. So by using both formula you will get same answer, but you need to remember that in case of beam we neglect axial deformation. Now after finding ds we have to find number of redundant. Actually number of redundant is equal to number of statical indeterminacy, so it is equal to 1. So when we have estimated or calculated the number of redundant, next step is to identify the redundant and remove it. This is very important step. Identify the redundant and remove it and removing it. Okay, so you have your choice of identifying the redundant and removing it. Okay, so I will give you 2 options of identifying the redundant and removing it. One option is you can identify RC as a redundant and remove it, or else you can identify moment at A as a redundant or remove it. You need to remember that there is only one redundant. You have to remove either RC or MA, you have your choice. When you remove RC, or you can say when you remove this roller support, the basic structure will be a cantilever structure subjected to given load. Or when you remove moment at A, the resisting moment at A, the fixed support will be converted into hinge support. Okay, so the basic structure will become a simply supported structure. So you have your choice of making basic structure as a cantilever beam or a simply supported beam. So when you remove RC, the basic structure will be a cantilever. When you remove moment at A, the basic structure will be simply supported beam. In this problem I will remove RC. So when I remove RC, my basic structure will be a cantilever structure, and you see the original structure is divided into basic structure plus structure with redundant. So when we remove the support, this the cantilever beam will deflect like this. There will be downward deflection at C. We will call it as delta 10. And you see here the cantilever is subjected to point load at the free end. The point load is upward, so there will be upward deflection at C. We will call it as F11 RC. And you see in the original structure the deflection, the vertical deflection at C is 0. You can draw the deflected shape of this propped cantilever, and you will note that the vertical deflection at joint C is equal to 0, which means that delta 10 should be equal to F11 RC. Or you can say delta 10 plus F11 RC should be equal to 0 in order to have vertical deflection 0 at joint C. And you see in the course of this solution, the RC is replaced by 1 kilonewton. So deflection will be F11 into 1. Later on, when we write the compatibility equation, this 1 is replaced by RC. Now we have this table. This table plays very important role in the force method of analysis. So all the conceptual part of force method of analysis lies in the table. Once you complete the table, the rest of the things is only calculation. So with regards to the concept, this table plays very important role. So in the table we have members. We need to define different members. Then we have flexural rigidities, EIs. Then we also have to define origin of the member. With respect to the origin, we can define the limit. M0 is bending moment developed in the basic structure due to the given loading, and M1 is the bending moment developed in this structure due to unit load only. So here you see we only have one member AC because there is no intermediate support. But since there is a point load, to consider the point load we have to bifurcate the member into AB and BC. If there was no point load, then we would have considered only one member. Due to the virtue of point load, we have to bifurcate the member AC into AB, BC. So first I will take member CB. EI I will take 1. Here it is not given. So 1 EI is constant to this propped cantilever. 1 EI. For CB I will take origin C. Okay. So since origin is C, the limit will be 0 to 4. This is 4 meter. This is 2 meter. Okay. The C lies at 0 and B lies at 4. M0 is bending moment developed in BC in the basic structure due to given load. So since C is the origin, X distance will be from C, and you are required to find moment at this particular section. Okay, 20 into X by 2, creating clockwise moment negative. So minus 20 X square by 2. In M1 for CB, you see you have to take section in member CB. Since C is the origin, define X distance from C. So here the bending moment will be 1 into X, creating anti-clockwise moment positive. 1 into X. Next member we have is BA. For B also the EI is constant, 1 EI. You can take origin as C. So when you have taken origin as C, B lies at 4 and A lies at 6 meter. So the limit will be 4 to 6. If you are taking B as origin, let's take this example also. If you are taking B as origin, B lies at 0 and A at 2. So in that case 0 to 2. So here we will take C as origin. So you define a section in BA and X distance will be from C because C is the origin. So you can find bending moment at this particular section, that is minus 20 X square by 2. Okay, X is the total distance of the UDL from C to the section. Total load of UDL will be 20 into X. Perpendicular distance with respect to total load will be X by 2, creating clockwise moment. That is why it's negative. And you also have point load. the perpendicular distance of section with respect to point load is x minus 4. Okay, so this from here to here it is x, and from here to here it is 4. So this distance will be x minus 4. 40 into x minus 4. This will create clockwise moment, that is for negative, minus 40 into x minus 4. In this also you have to take section in member BA, define x distance from C because C is the origin. So the bending moment at this section is 1 into x. This is creating anti-clockwise moment, positive. After completion of this table, we need to calculate delta 10, the formula of which is integration between 0 to L m0 m1 divided by EI. So here we have two member. For member CB, the limit is 0 to 4. m0 is minus 10x square into m1 is x divided by 1 EI dx, plus one more member we have, that is BA. BA, the limit is 4 to 6. m0 is minus 10x square minus 40 x minus 4 bracket complete into 1x divided by 1 EI dx. So when you solve the integration, you can do it easily by using your calculator. This will be minus 640 divided by EI minus 3026.66 divided by EI. So delta 10 will be minus 3666.66 divided by EI. You also have to find F11, the formula of which is integration between the limit 0 to L m1 square by EI dx. Okay, so you can take the m1 value of both the members. So first member is CB, limit is 0 to 4, m1 is x, m1 square x square by EI dx, plus next member is BA, limit is 4 to 6. Here also m1 value is x, so m square is x square by EI dx. So when you solve F11, you will get the value 71.99 divided by EI. After calculation of delta 10 and F11, we can write compatibility equation. Compatibility equation is delta 10 plus F11 RC equal to 0. So here 1 is replaced by RC. You see what is the meaning of this compatibility equation? Delta 10, which is downward deflection at C in the basic structure, plus upward deflection at C in this structure should be equal to 0, means representing the deflection at C should be equal to 0. Delta 10 is 366.66 divided by EI plus F11 is 71.99 divided by EI RC equal to 0. By using compatibility equation, you will get the value of RC, which is 50.93 kilonewton. Once you get the value of RC, the propped cantilever, which is basically indeterminate structure, will become a determinate structure. So we can calculate bending moment by using equations of equilibrium. So we will calculate the bending moment of the original structure, that is propped cantilever. Bending moment at C will be equal to 0 because it is a roller support. Next point, we have bending moment at B. So we have to go from C to B to find bending moment at B. So all the forces and reaction between C and B we need to consider. We have UDL and the distance is 4 meter, 20 into 4 into 2, creating clockwise moment negative. And we also have RC, we know the value of RC 50.93, RC into 4, creating anti-clockwise moment positive. Okay, so minus 20 into 4 into 2 plus 50.93 into 4. So bending moment at B is 43.72 kilonewton meter. Next point is bending moment at A. Okay, so you have UDL over the entire span, this point load, and also this reaction. Minus 20 into the distance of UDL is 6 meter, 6 into 3, minus 40 into 2, this point load, perpendicular distance is 2 meter with respect to A, plus reaction 50.93 into 6. So the bending moment at A is minus 134.42 kilonewton meter. Now we can draw bending moment diagram after the calculation of bending moment. Here you see we have calculated the net bending moment value. So we don't have to draw the free bending moment diagram and then superimposing the end moment. So we will not do that. Whatever the bending moment value is positive, it will be above datum, and the negative bending moment value will be below the datum. So you can draw the bending moment diagram. At C it is 0, at B it is 43.72, at A it is minus 134.42. Since it is minus below the datum, you can join this line, and here it is 0, minus, plus. This is bending moment diagram of this propped cantilever. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and click on bell icon to get the notification of my latest video. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.